Hey builders, and welcome back. One of the main user experience challenges for on-chain applications is the gas fees requirement. Forcing users to acquire a network's native token before they can perform any kind of action is a significant barrier, often called as a cold start problem. This requirement is a major roadblock for widespread adoption. Today, we are going to solve that. We'll build a complete NFT minting experience on Base Sequoia testnet. We'll create a sleek front-end minting page using on-chain kit, and here's the magic. We'll use Coinbase Paymasters to completely sponsor the gas fees for any users who connects using Coinbase Smart Wallet. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to create DFs that feel as seamless as web applications, dramatically improving the user onboarding experience. So let's get started. First, let's visualize the user flow of the application that we are trying to build here. It's an elegant flow that abstracts away all the complexities regarding on-chain transactions. So let's go through this one by one. First, we have the user with the smart wallet, which would click the Mint NFT button on the front-end app. This front-end app would be powered by on-chain kit, which would create a user operation object, and this user operation object is forwarded to the secure backend proxy using the Post API. This API is /API/paymaster, which sends the user operation. The secure backend proxy would then process the user operation and forward the user operation for sponsorship to the Coinbase services, which would be Paymaster and the Bundler services. This Paymaster and Bundler services abstracts away all the complexity, and they would handle all of this Paymaster and gas sponsorship flow over here. The Paymaster validates policies and Bundler signs, and once that is done, the Bundler service now submits the transaction to the entry point contract on Base Sequoia. This is submitted as a bundle transaction with the user operation, and once that is done, this would be verified. The Paymaster signature would be verified, and the NFT mint would be executed. Once that is done, the NFT is delivered to the user wallet, and the front end flow is complete. On-chain kit has received all the necessary data. This flow is as simple as that. This is an elegant flow which abstracts away all the complexities, and user can be onboarded with a smooth user experience. Before we write any front-end code, we need to properly set up the Paymaster's configuration and get the required API keys from Coinbase Developer Platform Console. You can log into Coinbase Developer Platform Console from portal.cdp.coinbase.com. So I already have the website over here, and it's asking me to sign in. So I'll be signing using my passkey, which I have already set up in my Mac. So I'll just do this done. Once that is done, it will verify my credentials, and I should be logged in just about right now. Okay. So I'm logged in to my Coinbase Developer Platform Console, and I can set up the Paymasters configuration, get my API keys, all from a single developer console itself. So you don't need to go around and get redirected to various other consoles. This console is the single platform for all of your developer tools and configurations. First, let's get the required API configurations that we would use for our application. So you can just go to this Base Tools at this toolbar and just click at On-Chain Kit. We add components for building on-chain applications. So once you click on this, you can get access to the on-chain APIs with this key. So I have my keys over here. Make sure you're using your own keys from portal.cdp.coinbase.com, and you can view the docs from by clicking here as well. So once that is done, we can get the API keys from here. And now we can move on to the Paymaster configuration and set up the Paymaster configuration with the contract values. So let's navigate to the Paymaster configuration. Here you can find all the methods to get started. You can try the Paymasters in a playground application. There are various allow-less contract methods, setting gas limits, and all of the customizations that you would need for advanced Paymaster configurations as well. So here, just navigate to the configuration menu, and here you can find the Paymaster bundler point and the various configurations that you would need for Paymasters. So we are working on base testnet over here. So base testnet Sequoia. I can find the bundler endpoint as well. So here I already have a contract over here. This is from my previous applications. No need to note this. So here you can add a contract. So first you add the contract name, then you can add a contract address as well, and then you add the various functions that you would need for the Paymaster to sponsor for. So basically, for example, if you are creating an NFT contract, so here an mint function would come in where the users would use the mint function to mint any NFT, something like that. So once that is done, you can set up the configurations properly. and you can just use this API endpoint in your application to sponsor the transactions. So here I am following this guide as well. So here you can get an example NFT contract address as well, which would navigate over to this contract, a sample Night Warriors contract. So you can use this example contract as well. So with that, we are done with the configurations. You can get all of the API keys and the paymaster and vendor endpoint from this Coinbase Developer Platform console. So now that we are done with the paymaster and the API configurations from the developer platform console by Coinbase Developer Platform, now we can move on to the project setup and the code. So first, let's set up a project. So we'll be using the command npm create onchain @latest. So this command will quickly bootstrap a Next.js project for you with onchain kit already configured in the project. So with a single command, you can already get a bootstrap project with onchain kit and its configurations. So I'll be using that command. I'm already on my terminal over here. So let's just do npm create onchain @latest. So once that is done, first it will ask for my project name. I'll be using NST Paymaster app. I already have my API credentials copied. I'll be just fishing it over here. So it is up to you. If you don't want to share data, you can just click no. Uh, I'll just go with yes. Shouldn't be a problem. Once that is done, we'll navigate to the NFT Paymaster project, do an npm install. So the dependency installation was done. Now we're done with the basic project configurations. Now we can move on to the code part and set up our app and see if it works or not. So now that we are done with the project setup, let's go through the project configurations and the file setup and see how they work. So we have the app folder in which we have the main files, which would be layer.tsx, page.tsx, and providers.tsx. Then we have the environment variables file where we set up the environment variables. Next, we have some package.json configurations, Tailwind configurations, and TypeScript configurations, and a basic README, which is provided by Next. So first of all, make sure you have set up the environment variables properly. The two main components over here would be the on-chain kit API key and the CDP paymasters URL. So make sure that you have set up the paymasters URL and the API keys properly. Next, the next immediate change would be in the on-chain kit providers component. So in providers.tsx, you can navigate to the on-chain kit provider component, and we would be doing some major configurations over here. So the major changes would be to set up the on-chain kit provider to only connect to smart wallets, where we would be setting up the preferences, and next would be to set up the paymasters URL. So first we set this up for base Sequoia, and next we change the on-chain kit provider. So I already have the updated configurations. So let's go through this ones. So first we have the API key and then we have the chain. So API key would be the API key that you have set up in the environment variables. Chain would be base Sequoia. In configurations, we have two important configurations. One is a paymaster. So here you can set up the paymaster. There are two options for setting up paymasters. One is the direct option where you can directly use the public CDP paymaster URL provided by Coinbase Developer Platform console. And the second option, and the much safer option, which you can use or you should use in production, is the proxy setup, where in the Next.js setup you can do a proxy API setup and reroute this public API configuration to make it more safe. But for tutorial purposes, we can directly use this paymaster URL as well, and we are transacting on base Sequoia, so it shouldn't be a problem. But in production use cases and scenario, make sure you're using a proxy API URL setup and rerouting this paymaster URL in a much safer way. So once the paymaster configuration is done, you can set up the wallet preference to smart wallet only, because we want to only transact with smart wallets and show how smart wallets work and paymasters work with smart wallets. So once that is done, we are done with the providers configuration. Now we can set up a page.tsx and add the various components to finish up our app. So now that we are done with the providers configuration, let's move on to the main page.tsx file and shape up our app over here. So this is just some basic template that you can find when you're using the npm create onchain at that latest command. So you can remove this basic template and replace this with your own code. So I'll be doing the same step over here. So I'll be removing this and replacing this with my own code. So first of all, we'll start with the inputs. So I already have the inputs over here. Let's go through this and see how they work. So first of all, make sure you're using the use guide configurations so that you don't have any Next.js related errors or Next.js related client configuration errors. So once that is done, we set up our inputs. So first of all, we have the Coinbase on-chain kit wallet inputs, where we have the basic and various different wallet configuration imports like the connect wallet and wallet options like wallet drop down link and various other configurations. Once that is done, we have the Coinbase on-chain kit identity inputs. So basically this will shape up our app where we can use this to show the various components of the wallet or the various components of the transactions like address, avatar, name, identity, or ETH balance. Once that is done, next we have the Coinbase on-chain kit transaction inputs. So this will allow us to set up the transactions for the Coinbase wallet, and you can use this imports directly from on-chain kit to set up and handle all kinds of transactions for your application. Next, we have the Valmy configuration, user account configuration to make sure that we keep account of all the state changes and the state is properly set up. We can use the user account import over here. Next, we have the encode function data and various other utilities from VN. This would allow us for transaction management and wallet management. And next, we have base supported configuration from VM chains and transaction error type from on-chain kit transaction import. So we'll be just setting up the transaction error as well so that we have better error handling for our app over here. So once that is done, now we can move on to the main contract configurations and setting up the transaction. After that, we'll just be setting up the various styling for this app, and then we can move on to testing the app as well. So now let's start with the NFT contract example configurations. So first of all, we set up the NFT contract configurations where which is the contract that we would be using to mint the NFT. So I already have the configuration over here. So this would be basic NFT contract details like the NFT contract address and the NFT contract ABI. So this ABI is the one which we will be using for the transaction. The function name is mint2. So basically this would allow us to mint an NFT from this contract address. So this we have already shown what's the contract address is about. It's just a NFT contract which would allow us to mint an NFT. So once we are done with the NFT contract configurations, we'll do the main app configuration where we would be building the transaction and setting up the wallet configurations as well. So now let's start with the main app function which would define our whole application or website over here. So first of all, we would have the transaction management utilities that we would be setting up before moving on to the styling and the various other components of the application. So I already have the code over here. So first of all, we have the various user account utilities that we would be using throughout the application, like the address and the is connected component and the connector components. So we'll be using this throughout the application to show the various status of the wallet. Next, we'll check if the user is connected with a smart wallet. So we can use the connector.id configuration over here. So we can use the connector.id parameter with the Coinbase Wallet SDK to distinguish if the user is connected with a smart wallet or not. Next, we will prepare the mint transaction. So this is a very important step. So here we prepare the mint transaction and construct the whole transaction, which would then be passed to the transaction component from on-chain kit. So here we make sure that the address is there. If it's not there, then the transaction cannot be done. So once that is done, we set up the various parameters for the transaction like the to address. So in this case, it would be NFT contract address and the data. So here we would use the encode function data by VN library to encode the function data to be sent to the contract. And the ABI would be the NFT contract ABI. Function name would be mint2 to mint an NFT, and arguments would be the address and the minting item ID. So here we are just using one. Once that is done, we keep the value to begin 0 because this is a free mint. Free mint, we don't need to send any value to this transaction. This is just a NFT contract call or mint call. Once that is done, we would have the various error imports and success configurations, like making sure we handle the errors properly. So if we have any transaction errors, we get the proper alert messages. And if it's success, we get a proper console log and alert as well that the NFT is minted successfully. So now we are done with the main configurations. After this, we'll be just setting up our app and styling. So now let's move on to that component. So now that we are done with the various transaction components of this main app function, let's define the return for this app function. So this would be a lot of front-end code, and I won't be explaining through all of the front-end code, but I'll be just explaining through the various on-chain kit components that we have used in this return block. So I already have the code over here. So this is our whole return block. So here you can see how we have used the various on-chain kit imports over here, and this has made the application development very easy. So you can just directly use the imports instead of doing TSM configurations or like wallet configurations or transaction configurations. You can just use this imports directly for the various on-chain kit capabilities in your applications. So here, first of all, we are using the on-chain kit wallet components like Connect Wallet and Wallet drop-down options. After that, we have the some uh, app utilities. So basically, you'll be making sure that all of the app configurations are set up, and the ad page is showing everything. Like for example, please connect your wallet to Mint and various other stuff. This is just normal front-end code. After that, we have the main transaction handling. So here we have some main components regarding paymaster. So make sure that you have kept the is sponsored to true. This is normally set to false or as default set to false. So make sure that the sponsor is set to true boolean. So this will make sure that all of the transactions are sponsored. Next we have the chain ID, which would have be base supporter.id, and calls would be mint call. And on error, we would have the handle error function called, and on success, we would have the handle success function called. So once that is done, we'll just finish up the components, and that's it. That's our application done. You can see how easy it is to set up on-chain applications using on-chain kit. You can just use the various on-chain kit imports to set up a application quickly. So now we are done with the application. Let's test out the application and see if it works or not. So I'll be just running npm run dev over here. Okay, so the server is started at 3000 port. And just go over here, localhost 3000. Once the compiling is done, we can see everything looks good in the first glance. Let's see if it's working functionally or not. So first of all, we'll connect a smart wallet. So here you can see the smart wallet pop-up has come up, and you can just use the sign with Coinbase wallet. I'll just sign with my Coinbase wallet. I already have. I'll just log in with smart wallet using my passkeys. Once that is done, this should be successful. Okay, it was successful. Let's sign into our DR. So I'll just click continue. And as you can see, everything was successful up until here. Smart wallet is connected. Your mint will be cash sponsored. So let's transact and see is this works or not. So I'll click on transact. And boom, as you can see, you don't need to pay any gas fees over here. It's sponsored by the base Coinbase Paymasters. So as there is no gas fees over here, you can directly mint this. So I'll be just clicking on confirm over here. So let's just use my passkey. And yep, as simple as that. We were successfully able to mint the NFT as well. Uh, I'll just click on OK. Now let's do the transaction as well once. So I have already have the address over here. So I can just go to base Sepolia scan, and as you can see, it was a smart wallet. As we have an ERC4337 contract over here with the Coinbase smart wallet code. So here, if you go to NFT transfers, you can see 1 minute ago we were successfully able to handle the NFT transfers token event. Now, as you can see, there's a handle operations code over here. So we did mention in the flowchart that there is an object known as user operations which handles all of the paymaster configuration. So there's the same method used over here. So the mint was successful, and we were able to successfully use the paymasters to create an app which does a gasless NFT mint as well. And that's it. We have successfully built a D app that completely abstracts away the concept of gas fees for users with smart wallets. This is incredibly powerful. And here's the key takeaway: the combination of account abstraction, user friendly smart wallets, and a programmable paymaster creates a user experience that rivals the simplicity of Web2. On-chain Kit acts as an abstraction layer that shields you from all the underlying complexities. This pattern is fundamental for onboarding the next billion users to Web3. To dive deeper into our technologies that we use today, check out docs.cdp.coinbase.com to know more about CDP tools and the services. And you can also check out docs.base.org to know more about how on-chain Kit works. And check out Hanglash.com for more such tutorials and advanced guides on Web3. If this guide was valuable, please give it a like, follow for more such advanced Web3 tutorials, and share it with other builders as well. What kind of gasless experience will you build? Let me know your ideas in the comments below. Thanks for building it today. See you in the next one.